what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Ill Communication. Today, I have a very exciting guest, Muti Music head honcho, the man who runs the label, hundreds of releases. Many of my releases, all of my albums came out with this label, Muti Music, MutiMusic.com. Dov is the man with the vision. He's been at this for a long time. We've released tons and tons of records. He's a very accomplished DJ and producer as well, going by Dov1, about to head out to Australia. If you're watching from Australia, be sure to check him out at various festivals. Dov, welcome to the show, man. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. So, Dov, how did Muti Music start? It's like, you know, that's such a legendary label. There's been so many releases. How can you tell us how it started?
So it started, I was working in vinyl distribution at the time. The company was known for bringing out a lot of bass music, new school breaks at the time, electro bass and things like that. And most of it was import. And there were a few people in America at the time, ill.Gates being one of them, guys I knew in San Francisco.
And just to be clear, what time was this? Like, what year was this?
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s,
It's actually from 99 onwards.
To 99, 2000.
Early 2000. Yeah. Guys like ill.Gates. I just met guys like Craddy, and guys in LA named Beatniks Labs, and a guy named Kemek the Dope Computer.
I remember Kemek. What's up if you're watching out there? How's it going, buddy?
He's in Japan.
Konnichiwa.
And I realized there was a lot of awesome talent in America at the time, looking to like get their music out to this broader distribution network as well. So I started helping those guys sell their own labels, but then also realized there's a shortage of output for the guys to actually be able to put out music and export it. So I decided to start Muti Music at the time.
Cool.
Yeah, first release ended up being Kemek the Dope Computer, and then we were syncing up with some of the UK talent at the time, like Atomic Hooligan and Future Funk Squad, and all the Breaks Boys. And as things evolved, West Coast guys started really having their own unique sound. But for us, on Muti, it was particularly Craddy at the time, and Antenna, who started slowing down their beats a whole lot. And I would say
all bass music used to be like super fast, like
136.
That was slow compared to drum and bass back then. It was all like, you know, like super.
Yeah, drum and bass was 180 to 190, and break beats were 130 to 140. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really like Muti was one of the first labels to really start breaking the mold and doing like dance music at, you know, lower BPMs. You know, I mean, granted the hi-hats and everything are still double time, and it's like fast and slow at the same time. But Muti was one of the real like pioneering labels in the kind of West Coast like burner breaks, glitch hop kind of vibe. I really, you know, I gotta say, it took, at the time, it was a really, like, it was a bold move, and it was, you know, it's so refreshing to me, especially coming from the east side of the country where things are very, very different. You know, music is a lot faster, a lot edgier, a lot more aggressive. You know, it was really such a breath of fresh air. Some of those early Muti releases really just made me like, oh, wow, this weird psychedelic breakbeat thing has a home, you know. It's and I gotta say thank you so much for providing that home to so many producers. I mean, it seems like glitch hop and, you know, dubstep and all that seems so normal now, but back in the early 2000s, man, you were a weirdo if you played that stuff.
Full weirdo. In fact, well, you were one of the first Muti artists to have an album that was glitch hop and dubstep at the time with Autopirate.
Yeah. This is a while ago.
Right before that was 2007, 2008. So even from there, from when Craddy was 2004 with his Conscious Farillo, it was 110 BPM.
Yeah.
To then we did Clipping Pause 2007, which
great compilation. Definitely check out the Clipping Pass compilation.
Yeah, it had the first UA and Vibe Squad and a whole bunch of other guys. And I remember you contacting me through tribe.net.
Yeah, I remember that website. Yeah.
And next thing you know, you had this new project. He used to be the Fat Conductor.
Yes. Now I'm just a fat cunt. Well, it's like, hey, yeah, you get to use that word again when you go to Australia. That'll be fun.
Here we go.
Yeah, but yeah, it'll be a good time. Dov, actually, speaking of being fat cunts, Dov is actually helping me to get off my ass and start going to the gym. That's why he's wearing his gym attire. His passion and dedication is really inspiring. Yeah, he's got shorts on. But yeah, he's helped me out work on the pythons, you know, so that I can be a healthy Gates. But yeah, it'll be.
So it's actually quite awesome you brought that up, because the person who inspired me to get going at the gym, like 3 months ago, was actually Opio, and he was inspired.
Hi, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar. And he was inspired by his buddy Brad, who produces as Nominous. They're all glitch hop producers. So just so you know, there's a bunch of guys who are producing, who spend tons of time sitting in front of their computers, who are suddenly waking up to, we got to get fucking healthy.
Yeah, totally, man. I mean, I personally want to still be touring and producing music when I'm like 200 years old. Like,
yeah.
You know, like it'll be like in Johnny Mnemonic, you know, where I'm just like a brain in a vat with like all these different synthesizers and shit connected. It's gonna be great.
There was a period where I thought I'd just be like half mechanized and just have like moving fingers, like still being able to move a trackpad and look at a screen.
We'll make it, man. We just gotta keep this
Yeah.
meat machine running until they can replace it with robots. Yeah.
Get old Kurzweil on us.
Totally. But yeah, we just gotta make it. It's coming.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are in this predicament where they have a pile of music and it's good and they want to release it, but it's really often hard for people to find the right record label. You know, the labels that want to put it out are maybe not the most professional, and then the labels that they'd want, you know, maybe don't want to put it out, and they're weighing the pros and cons of self-release and free and labels and blah, blah, blah. It can be a real head fuck.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to people who are in that predicament?
So, young producers, and I understand this predicament, you have this sense of angst and urgency that everything has to have happened yesterday or the day before already. And you get nervous, you get panicky, and everybody's telling you how the music industry is not working, and you've just got to do everything free, and your art's not valued and stuff like that. What I see a lot of people doing is actually starting to devalue their own art through hearing all that mishmash of news and what the industry is actually doing. The most important thing I think a guy can do is actually keep producing the best product that you possibly think you can. And the first thing you make doesn't have to come out. You never have to put that out to the world, even. Just keep making music is the most important thing. And then cherry pick the best of your best and use that as your best step forward. You can have free tunes online and that, but a bad pattern that I don't recommend is like, oh yeah, this is a crappy tune that I don't really like that much, so I'm going to give it away free. That's still something you're putting out to the world, and what people are going to hear is a representation of you. So just because you made a crappy tune, don't think like, oh, free is a nice, easy way to go. Keep that to yourself and play parts of it in a set if you think those work in a part of a set, but rather just put your best foot forward. Always put your best foot forward. Whether it's free, whether it's Bandcamp, whether it's for a label, keep making tunes, and your best of your best, put that forward.
Cool. And so how would you advise, like, let's say that you have an EP and you want to put it out for free. What is the best way to get the most mileage out of a free release? You know, if you're going to self-release and put it out for free, what can people do to get more traction?
So there's a system that they recommend for like SoundCloud promotions, and that is actually doing. I know people always like, nobody will listen to it if it's only a partial tune and that, but do teasers, do a little video clip. Let people know it's coming, and you can let something take a month or two before the thing actually drops. It doesn't have to have happened everything this week. I understand the urgency, like, I've got the best new tune, I want everybody to hear it, but it's okay to let it all have a process and come out slowly to the public. And little teasers definitely work. And when the full product launches, say it's free, whether it's SoundCloud or Bandcamp, I'm assuming would be the most popular two for free. The other thing on Bandcamp then utilize the getting emails and build up your email list.
Super important. That email list sorted by what city people are in is crucial to your success as an artist. So start collecting emails.
And then start communicating with your fan base, because those people have downloaded your tunes and they
want to hear from you. Yeah, they want to hear from you. And you just can't trust, Facebook to let you reach the people who signed up to reach your thing. Even if you pay, it's garbage. Direct email, I've always said is the best way. So I find even when you are sending emails, it's often difficult to get people to receive your emails. And one thing that is just huge I find for sending emails, the temptation, right, is to make this nice HTML formatted newsletter that's like a little website and like it's super, like formatted and you look at it. But there's all kinds of spam filters that as soon as you get an HTML formatted email, that's going right to, to the promotions tab or to the spam tab. And and it also, it's like you're not like that excited to open it as an email recipient. But if you just like have like a 1 or 2 sentence, just like, hey, insert the person's name, because you could do that in the email software. Got a new free download for you can check out. There's a bunch of other cool stuff here. And then you just have a link. And then have a nice day. Make sure there's always something free in there. And don't blow it up with like tons of HTML. Yeah. I find that gets a better open rate. Do you have any advice for musicians who are like trying to any advice like that for
Well, there was one other thing, kind of going back a step to the free release. Another little trick for Bandcamp is you can so I said let it have a teaser process. You can actually put your whole release up on Bandcamp, have the image there, have the little story around it, and have a pre-order. And a nice thing to do when people pre-order is to give them a little taste of the EP, like have one of the tunes that's downloadable immediately with the pre-order. And this is even if it's going to be a free release. Let it have a teaser period and let people say like, oh, you can get it now and listen to this one tune and the other 4 are coming later. It's a good little trick.
Cool. Okay, so what about... because I think like with the Ill Methodology album, I mean, I really did want to have it be this like big epic album where there's just like that's the reference, when you look up ill.Gates, it's like there's that album. But I think there's a point when you can have too many tracks on a release, and I think maybe 21 tracks was a little bonkers, and in retrospect I think I might have gotten more mileage out of it if I'd had like I released them all into the Ill Methodology brand, but had maybe 5 of them come out and then another 5 and then another 5. Do you have anything to say to people who are deciding whether to, put out like, all their tracks at once or in EPs or singles or, what's the best way to get the most mileage out of your releases?
So there are a few labels now I've noticed doing like 1-track releases even for Beatport and that. The only times those ever work is if it's like a straight up dance floor banger, like peak time.
Like a single.
Yes, an absolute single. And not like, oh, this is just a dope tune. It's like, this is an anthem, If it's anything but that, don't do a single track. Just through our stats and, through our general sales of more than 200 releases, if an EP has 4 tunes or more, of the DJ-centric sites and even iTunes, you do tend to get more bundle buys where people actually buy the 4 tunes. For some reason, when it's 3, 2, or 1 tune, people pick their best 1 tune.
But 4 is the magic number.
4 seems to be the magic number suddenly when there's a jump up to more people buying bundles. I don't know why that is, but...
People like 4-track EPs.
Yeah,
that's what they
4
like.
to 6. 4 is the minimum, though.
4 is the minimum. Okay, cool. So let's talk about making music for a bit. I've been really, really happy to see that there's been this real kind of breakthrough in you finishing lots and lots of new music in the past year as a Dov1 with a 1 at the end. Can you tell us a bit about like what happened to really help you just be like, hey, I'm just gonna boom and like just start pumping out the tracks? Like, what?
Well, some of it was actually that I had to learn to create more time in my own life, restructuring. This is a lot to do with what we were talking about today, like getting fit.
This man works so hard at the label too. He's like just blowing it up, like working so hard all the time.
So if you're watching this, you may have also watched a lot of Mr. ill.Gates' other videos and that, where he talks about being a successful producer, and it's the culture of being a producer as opposed to just the software production. For me, I had to go through a big shift this year in my own time management around how I run myself as a DJ and producer versus running my record label. And that has revolutionized how much I'm able to accomplish as a producer. A lot of it is actually just straight up discipline and developing patterns in your day, which are hard to do sometimes. This year, I think I've made a few good steps.
Yeah, man, definitely.
I actually have my first Dov1 full album coming out next year, spring.
Woohoo!
It'll around about March time, and it'll be called Spaceship Earth.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Mostly done.
Cool, and that's going to be coming out on Ninja Tune, or
I think I'll be going with this label called Muti Music.
Muti Music, okay.
Yeah,
got it locked. Cool, man. Okay, cool. So, you've recently become an American.
Tuesday this week, I swore in and became American.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you are actually looking at an African American right now from South Africa.
African passport and American passport. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations on your new citizenship. That's really, really awesome. And you're going to take this passport and you're going to break it in a bit, huh?
Yep. Heading off to Australia in about 3 weeks from now. And I'll be at Let Them Eat Cake on January 1st, just outside of Melbourne. Stoked.
Hi, Matt. We love you, buddy. You're the best. Matt Bonner and Han and the whole family. We love you guys.
My first Let Them Eat Cake, but it's one that I've been aspiring to play for years, and I'll be honored to play the same stage as legends like DJ Vadim and Goldie, and I'm just over the moon. Yeah, can't wait.
Cool. Yeah, the Aussie festival scene, if you haven't done it, you really need to get out there. They have like a real flavor to their festival culture there.
We're doing Aussie shout-outs. I got to do shout-outs.
Yeah, go for it.
The other ones. There's going to be Earth Frequency Festival, Paula Budd.
Hi, Paul. We love you.
Spot on. Regen. Everybody loves Regen. I'll be playing Luminate in New Zealand for the first time. And then the epic Rainbow Serpent, of course.
Cool. I just also, if we're doing Aussie shout-outs, I want to give a shout-out to Bruce from Deliverance, who's the first one who, figured out how to make it happen and get me over there.
For real.
So, thanks, Bruce, and thanks to all of you Aussie friends for being so awesome. We love you guys.
And none of you are saying this because you're all at Subsonic this weekend. So
yeah, totally.
We love you.
Wicked. Okay, cool. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by the Furry Room. It was great to spend some time. And
thanks for having me.
Lots of love. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.